The Culturally Nourishing Schooling project is based on several key elements. We acknowledge and build into our program that it's about culture and about student and community identities. It's very important for schools to understand that Aboriginal students come with a very acute understanding of their own sense of identity. And it's very important that we not only acknowledge that, but we actually do things productively to make that happen. It's nourishing because we know that when schools really attend to those issues, when schools attend to understanding student aspirations, when they attend to understanding students' absolute desire to learn language and to be involved in culture and be involved with community, that those things nourish their identity, they nourish their capacity and their aspirations. And schooling, because we want to move away from just blaming a school or a teacher for the problems and understanding this is a systemic issue. It's about schooling practices and what schooling has done over the last 50 or 100 years. So the purpose of this symposium at several levels. First one is for schools to come together to meet each other in person, which is the first time in 18 months we've had that opportunity, to hear what the other schools are doing and to sort of listen to how schools have addressed the foundational issues that we've been working with them. We're also looking to introduce some really topical issues for the schools to consider, how they're going to engage and understand all the debates that are going to be swirling around the country in terms of the Uluru Statement and what that actually means for schools and what does it mean for this project. A second big issue is the issue of student identity and language and culture, and it's one that we know from the research is a really significant issue, one that doesn't get a lot of airplay, but we want to take that forward with the schools. And so we brought to this symposium, obviously the key players in the schools, the people who have been doing the hard work, the cultural mentors who clearly have been working with the teachers side by side, school principals who obviously have been supporting the project, but also an array of other people who are very interested in the project, people who are funding similar sort of programs to us and are very keen to hear about the success of the project. And so the aim is for teachers to be able to bring all of those elements of the project together in a collective way so that they can really start to think about a whole school approach. It doesn't just address one issue, but addresses all of these issues simultaneously.
CNS is an important project in schools because as teachers we often get bogged down with all the admin side of teaching responsibilities, and being a part of the project really just hones us back to be able to refocus on the kids, particularly our Aboriginal kids, re-engaging with community and making sure that our teaching resources and relationships reflect the needs of our community and kids in our schools.
I think it's very important for the community to be involved, especially the elders, because we draw off their knowledge, and the young ones, I think, just want to know their identity, where they come from, who their mob is, because out at Lake Adilico we find that some of our Aboriginal students don't know that.
So many Aboriginal kids are alienated for school or marginalised within the system. They're not culturally or linguistically represented in the system, so they often feel that they're not part of it. And of course you've got the history of colonisation which has excluded Aboriginal people from school, so we really have to make a huge effort to turn that around and to change that narrative. And so by calling it culturally nourishing, it was all about nourishing culture, nourishing spirits and nourishing learning. And the idea is that it's Aboriginal community led, and the parents and the families and the students have a really big say in what's happening at the school.
What excites me the most about the Culturally Nourishing School program is the model and the structure. That it is a combination of looking into current research, having the opportunity to discuss that as colleagues, to apply the learning. It's something that I've been looking for my career.
The confidence from the staff that are involved with the CNS program has been tremendous. They are more confident working with the Aboriginal kids in the classroom, and it's good to see that they're passionate about the work that they do in working and teaching the Aboriginal kids.
I think it's like we can open up about things that are like, I don't know, we can't mostly open up about.
Learning about country and finding ways to integrate that into my teaching is the most inspiring aspect of it. For me, learning about country is the starting point, and once I've sort of hooked in and learnt a bit, I just want to keep learning more and more and more. And the more I know, the more it seamlessly fits into what I do as a teacher every single day. So it's inspiring to see the way that that knowledge filters in through what I do and seeing that it happens so easily.
Whatever, we're black in deadly ways, slack, we're ready, not intending to stress you.